Right? Your goals are not to change the world. You're just worried about your town and where you live, it seems like, based on your work and what I've seen from you, right?
Yeah, I mean that's you can only really control what's within reach, you know. And I suppose you could say with the internet you can reach the world. But my outlook is I'd like to. I mean, you can't tell someone else how to fix how to fix their house if your house isn't clean itself, you know. So I'm really just trying to have people all around in the community kind of, feel that same sentiment and really clean things up here and change things for the better so we can help the world because it seems like the global issues are the issues that really get highlighted all of the time, even on a local level. It always seems to be those global issues that are always pushed to the forefront, and that's where most of the resources go. But then all of the local issues, like things like homelessness and hungry children and things like that, always get pushed to the wayside. So there's a lot of things that we can do if we just focus on ourselves that can really fix the world, because if everyone starts zeroing in on their small communities and their communities start expanding and growing, then the neighboring communities will start seeing each other. They'll start, rubbing shoulders a little bit more. People will be a little bit more comfortable, and things will, grow out. I mean, at least in theory, that's my theory. I hope that's what would happen, but we have to try it to see.
Yeah.
We haven't. You got to at least give it a shot.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like if you look at the world as like a house or something, the foundation is that local community, right? Like the top of the house, the roof might be looking at things from a global perspective, but it all sits on foundation of local communities everywhere around the world. And I love that focus on the local community and using it as a way to improve other areas, just by inspiring or motivating other areas that are nearby and hoping that kind of branches out. I feel like that's a much better approach than trying to do things top down.
Yeah, and I mean, we've tried the trickle down thing forever, and they tried in all facets of everything. And it always seems to have the same outcome. It sounds good. You feel like it would work, but it doesn't really always end up working that way. It's like the Plinko game where you would almost think it would go one way, but it might always just fall into that same slot every time, and that's just kind of how it goes. So maybe if we push upwards and going back to the foundation, if you're missing, 7 bricks from a foundation, it might be okay. It might look good, but over time, the 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 floor is gonna collapse more than likely, and then the whole house is gonna cave in. So,
Right. Or you get a storm like Jacob Blake and the storm pushes the whole thing over, right?
you're right.